Thank you for joining me for today's mindful moment and meditation. Today's focus is to go with the flow. When we're able to become present and really surrender to what is, we can connect to a deeper space of ease and alignment. So you've always heard me talk about becoming present, and we do that many times through the breath. We want to do that because the mind will carry you all over the place. And in this day and age, there is a lot of stress, and everyone's juggling many, many things, including emotions that arise and the fatigue that might be involved in what's happening for our ascension here on this planet. We need a little bit extra rest, and that is causing resistance in a lot of people, because there's so much wonderful things to do and so many obligations. So if we can really live more mindfully and more focused in the present moment, and then we're able to conserve our energy and then use that energy in ways that we really want to. But when we're rushing and when we're outside of this moment all the time, trying to get to the next, to the next, to the next, we're actually using up a lot more energy. So if you want to gain some energy in your life, go with the flow and just trust and surrender. You know that everything's going to happen in its own divine time. And I used to always say to my daughter, and she knows how to respond back to me now, I would say, well, that's not the way it was supposed to happen. You know why? She's like, because it didn't happen that way. That's right. So if you start to feel like, oh, this shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff that goes on in many people's health, it didn't happen that way and it wasn't supposed to. And maybe you learned something, and next time you have a better reaction or response to whatever it was that you might be feeling regret over. But honestly, any resistance to the moment is where suffering comes in. And that's a whole nother topic about pain and discomfort and actual suffering, because those are two different things. So maybe I'll choose that for another focus. But for today, we're going to go with the flow. We're going to feel into ease and alignment. And the breath today is called the humming bee breath. And I'm not going to use the bowl because we're going to make our own sounds. So for the inhale, we're going to close our eyes, relax our face. You don't have to do this yet. I want to show you. So we're going to inhale, and we're going to touch this little bit of cartilage that is in front of the ear canal, right? We're just going to touch it as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to press that in, not too hard, just enough to close that ear canal. And on the exhale, we're going to make a humming sound like a bee, like a hmm. And I want you to just receive this sound as this sound like reverberates and resonates in the head and in the face. And it is the most glorious relaxation. Okay, so here we go. Close your eyes. Relax your face. Touch your ear cartilage. Take a breath in. Close the ear canal and hum. Release the ears. Inhale. Close the ears and hum. And continue breathing that way for a few moments. You can adjust the sound and volume of the humming to see what's most comfortable and relaxing for you. Let's do 3 more. And just tune in and feel, what does it feel like now in your body and in your head? So there's a lot of evidence out now that humming actually reduces anxiety. It helps tinnitus, it relaxes the nervous system, and it's really exciting because you don't have to plug your ears to do humming and for it to benefit you. This exercise was called the humming bee, but you don't have to close your ears. So let's say you're stressed out at work or in the grocery store while you're driving. All you have to do is close your lips and start humming. And this will take any thought processes, down a notch. Sometimes even just they say you can't even think about other stuff while you're humming. Of course, you can focus on the road and do what you're doing. But when you're humming, it just starts to stimulate a relaxation response in the body and remove stress. So I hope that you'll use that one and you'll surrender to the flow and trust that all is happening in divine timing and you are okay in this moment and all moments. Love you, bye. Peace out.